If it says edge control on the label, stop using it to braid. That's not its purpose. Let's talk about how to differentiate between edge control and braider's gel. We're going to start with label and purpose, which is something that should be like the very first things you see when you are holding the product. If a product is clearly labeled as edge control, then that should tell you that that product was formulated for the maximum hold of short hairs. Where can we find short hairs? On our edges, right? So that product is going to be dense, is going to be heavy, and is going to have a very strong hold. However, if it is labeled as Braider's gel, then that product is good for sectioning, for parting, as well as for grip, and it will not cause any flakiness. Now let's talk about texture and application. Braider's gel spreads evenly throughout the hair and does not require oil underneath to function. In fact, some really good Braider's gel contains some conditioning agents that give light hydration and shine. However, edge control is denser, and when it is used throughout the hair, it can cause build-up. Another way you can differentiate between a braids gel and edge control is something I like to call the white flake test. If after you've used your product, it turns white and you need maybe like oil or steam to correct it, that is not braid gel. That's probably edge control, because professional braids gel dries clear, no flakiness, no white, nothing. Now let's look at product description. If the product you are holding in your hand says something like maximum hold, extreme hold, edge taming, sweat resistant edge control, that should tell you that that product is not a braider's gel, it's edge control. But then if it says things like braiding, grip, sectioning, non-flaking, lightweight hold, then you can go ahead and use that as your braider's gel. That is why you should come to Enhance Hair Academy. Because at Enhance Hair Academy, we don't just teach styles, we teach product intelligence, because we know that the wrong products will affect your results.